Sometimes it's a bit comedic imagining what Jesus had in his mind when he was talking about how when people imagine the coming of God coming, when the kingdom is here, someone being, look, here it is, look, there it is, as if there would be some grand sign. And of course, right, there's an element to it, right, the kingdom of God, there will be some element of it being new. And yet Jesus keeps reminding us that it's not going to be, right, some grand city coming out of the sky or some big thing rising up out of the ocean or something where we'll be able to say, okay, look, here, finally, the kingdom is here. What Jesus is trying to remind us is that, of course, the kingdom is not observable because the kingdom is not of this world. Jesus' kingdom is not of this world because it is heavenly. It is a world that goes beyond the physical world that we can see here, and it is a reality for which we are destined and in which we are on journey, on pilgrimage to reach the heavenly kingdom. Jesus reminds us that we are living for a reality greater than that which we can immediately see around us. So often we can think of times where we can think of the circumstances right now can be difficult. And maybe when things get better, then I can finally feel like I can enter my faith a bit more. When my life is less busy, when there are fewer distractions around me, then I could start praying. There will be a time where I can see the set of conditions and say, okay, now that's going to be the time where things are going to be easier and I can take my faith seriously and I can start praying. But just as Jesus reminds us, these things will not be so apparent in front of us where there will be a great sign because a great set of circumstances are finally ready for us. No, because our lives are not going to get less busy. Our lives are not going to get less hectic. There's not going to be a perfect set of circumstances that are going to come around in which we can say, okay, now prayer is going to be easier, and now I could take my faith seriously. Jesus is reminding us that what is important is the here and now. To not imagine a kingdom that will be and in which then I could start taking things seriously, but rather the kingdom is at hand, because that kingdom is present in the person of Jesus Christ. In the midst of the chaos of the world, Jesus comes. Jesus is made present, is made incarnate, dwells in the chaos for us to help us navigate it and reach the kingdom that he establishes and that he is. What is great for us is that we have saints that keep reminding us of this. Pope St. Leo the Great, someone who kept reminding people of the holiness that they are called to live here and now. Holiness is not a distant future in which only when the certain set of circumstances comes about can we then be holy, but rather holiness is something we can choose here and now. We can actively choose God here in this very moment, and in choosing God, we navigate through the difficult circumstances of life and can find the holiness that he is calling us to.